This is Chapter 4, Section 3, Rate of Change and Slope, Lesson 3, Video 3 of 3 videos, Horizontal and Vertical Lines. So the example says to define the slopes of each graph. So the first graph has a horizontal line going through 2. So if we wanted to define its slope, which is m is equal to y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1, we first need to find some points to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just find 2 points. The 2 points I'm going to use are negative 1, 2 and positive 1, 2. So if we take those and plug them in, you will get 2 minus 2 divided by 1 minus a negative 1, which is 0 all over 2. 0 on the numerator is completely acceptable and allowed, so don't sit there and assume that because you see a 0 in a fraction that it's not possible. 0 divided by 2 is equal to 0. You can put 0 into 2 groups of 0. It's strange, but it's possible. Therefore, the slope of all horizontal lines y is equal to b is 0. So the slope is 0. Okay, so again, the slope of all horizontal lines, y is equal to b, that would be an equation, is 0. So the slope itself is 0, and it's always going to be 0 for all horizontal lines. Now, when you're looking at the second one, b, now we have a vertical line that's going through the same x value. So again, find 2 points. So we'll go with a negative 1, 2, and negative 1, 1. And again, plug them in for slope. So again, y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So our y's are 1 minus a negative 2, negative 1 minus a negative 1. In this case, our slope is going to be equal to 3 divided by 0. Now, this is something that's not possible. You can never, ever, never, ever, never, ever, 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 never divide by 0. As I always say, if you divide by 0 or attempt to do it, your paper will burst into flames. Okay, granted, that's an over-exaggeration and never going to happen, but still, you get the point. You cannot divide by 0. There is no way to take 3 and split it up into 0 groups. That completely makes no sense. So therefore, this one does not have a slope. The slope is considered undefined. So in this case, the slope of all vertical lines is undefined. And all vertical lines are x is equal to a, where again is a where it's crossing the x-axis. Okay, so the slope of all horizontal lines is 0, and the slope of all vertical lines is undefined. Your U-try says to define the slope of each graph. A has a horizontal line going through negative 1, and B has a vertical line going through positive 4. This was the last of 3 videos.